Deep within the heart of the town of Blackwood lay the Harrowed Woods, a vast and foreboding forest known to the locals as a place of dread. It was whispered that the woods were cursed, inhabited by a monstrous entity that lurked in the shadows. Timothy Dunham, a young journalist seeking an intriguing story, arrived in Blackwood to investigate the tales of the forest monster. He had heard stories of inexplicable disappearances and unsettling encounters, and his curiosity led him into the heart of the woods. Timothy delved into the town's history, discovering that Blackwood had been founded by a group of settlers who had vanished without a trace centuries ago. The settlers had stumbled upon the Harrowed Woods and attempted to build a life within them, but they had fallen victim to the forest monster that dwelled there. The settlers' tale had become a chilling legend, passed down through generations, warning the townsfolk never to enter the Harrowed Woods. But the stories of the forest monster persisted, and Timothy was determined to uncover the truth. Timothy ventured into the Harrowed Woods, his camera and recording equipment in hand. The forest was dense and unwelcoming, with ancient trees that cast long, ominous shadows. As he delved deeper, the air grew heavy with an eerie stillness, and the forest seemed to close in around him. Unexplainable phenomena began to occur. His equipment captured strange sounds, chilling whispers, and unsettling apparitions. It was clear that the forest held a malevolent presence, one that seemed to take pleasure in tormenting those who dared to enter. As Timothy explored deeper into the woods, he encountered the forest monster, an immense, grotesque creature with gnarled limbs, matted fur, and glowing, malevolent eyes. The beast moved with an unnatural grace, stalking him through the underbrush. The forest monster's appearances were unpredictable, and it would often vanish into the shadows, leaving Timothy in a state of unease and dread. It became clear that the entity was both territorial and vengeful, seeking to drive all intruders from its domain. Undeterred by the forest monster's menacing presence, Timothy pressed on with his investigation. He sought to capture evidence of the creature and reveal its existence to the world. However, the more he delved into the woods, the more his encounters with the malevolent entity grew terrifying and relentless. The forest itself seemed to conspire against him, with trees shifting and pathways vanishing. It was as if the forest monster controlled the very land itself, determined to keep its secrets hidden. In a climactic showdown, Timothy finally confronted the forest monster deep within the heart of the Harrowed Woods. The malevolent entity manifested before him, its grotesque form blocking his path. The creature exuded an aura of dread, and its eyes bore into him with malevolence. It lunged at Timothy, who fought to keep his composure and resolve. With his camera in hand, he captured the entity's grotesque form. As the forest monster closed in, Timothy managed to escape, leaving the Harrowed Woods behind. He had evidence of the creature's existence, but the ordeal had taken a toll on his sanity. He returned to Blackwood, determined to share his story with the world. Timothy's story garnered worldwide attention, with many seeking to explore the Harrowed Woods and confront the forest monster. The malevolent entity had been exposed, but the forest's curse remained, and those who ventured into its depths faced untold horrors. The Harrowed Woods continued to cast a shadow over Blackwood, serving as a chilling reminder of the forest monster's existence and the horrors that lurked within. In the wake of Timothy's harrowing encounter with the forest monster, a group of intrepid explorers and paranormal investigators arrived in Blackwood, drawn by the allure of the Harrowed Woods. They sought to uncover more about the malevolent entity and unlock the secrets hidden within the cursed forest. The expedition was well prepared, armed with advanced equipment and an unwavering determination to confront the forest monster. Their journey into the heart of the Harrowed Woods would test their courage and resilience in the face of the unknown. As the group ventured deeper into the forest, the trees closed in around them, their gnarled branches forming an impenetrable canopy. The air grew colder, and a suffocating silence enveloped them. Strange phenomena began to occur: unearthly whispers, eerie laughter, and chilling apparitions. The forest seemed to come alive, as if it held ancient secrets that yearned to be revealed. The expedition members pressed on, driven by their quest for answers. The forest monster, aware of the intruders, began to manifest before the expedition members. It appeared as an imposing, grotesque figure with twisted limbs and glowing, malevolent eyes. The entity watched them with an otherworldly intelligence, stalking them through the shadows. The malevolent presence would vanish and reappear unpredictably, tormenting the expedition members and playing on their deepest fears and anxieties. It was evident that the forest monster would stop at nothing to protect its domain. The expedition members, undeterred by the forest monster's menacing presence, prepared to confront the malevolent entity. They knew that the malevolent force was both territorial and vengeful, and their resolve was unbreakable. In a climactic showdown, they faced the forest monster deep within the heart of the harrowed woods. The entity exuded a palpable aura of dread, and its malevolent eyes bore into them. The battle that ensued was one of courage and determination, as the expedition members fought to capture evidence of the creature. With their equipment in hand, the expedition members managed to capture irrefutable evidence of the forest monster's existence. The grotesque entity was exposed to the world, its image seared into the collective consciousness. However, the revelation came at a cost. The forest's curse persisted, and the expedition members were forever marked by their encounters with the malevolent entity. Their memories of the harrowed woods would haunt them, serving as a chilling reminder of the forest monster's existence and the horrors that lurked within. Despite the malevolent entity's exposure, the harrowed woods continued to cast a shadow over Blackwood. The forest remained a place of dread, and those who ventured within its depths faced untold horrors. The tales of the forest monster persisted, and the curse of the harrowed woods was an enduring reminder of the malevolent force that dwelled within. The cursed forest served as a chilling testament to the enduring power of the unknown and the horrors that lurked in the shadows. The harrowed woods became a subject of international interest, drawing both thrill seekers and researchers eager to uncover the truth behind the forest monster. Among them was Dr. Emily Turner, a brilliant psychologist with a fascination for the supernatural. Dr. Turner believed that the forest monster might be a restless, tormented soul rather than a malevolent entity. She hoped to communicate with it and perhaps help it find peace. Armed with her knowledge of the human psyche and a team of experts, she embarked on a mission to the harrowed woods. Dr. Turner and her team ventured deep into the woods, carrying with them specialized equipment designed to facilitate communication with spirits. The air grew heavier with each step, and the eerie silence of the forest weighed on their souls. As they advanced, the team began to experience strange occurrences, voices that seemed to echo from the past, mournful cries, and apparitions that appeared briefly before fading away. It was clear that the harrowed woods held a tragic history, and Dr. Turner was determined to uncover it. The forest monster, observing the intruders, revealed itself to Dr. Turner's team. It appeared as a sorrowful and pitiful figure, its once menacing appearance now evoking sympathy rather than fear. Dr. Turner recognized that the entity was not malevolent but trapped in a cycle of torment, unable to find peace. It sought to communicate its suffering through mournful cries and spectral apparitions, begging for help. Driven by her compassion and determination, Dr. Turner attempted to establish a connection with the forest monster. She used her knowledge of psychology and the equipment at her disposal to communicate with the entity, hoping to understand the source of its anguish. As Dr. Turner delved into the forest monster's past, she uncovered a tragic tale of a lost soul, a settler who had become cursed and bound to the harrowed woods. The entity's story was one of longing and torment, and it had sought to protect the forest out of a twisted sense of duty. Dr. Turner and her team, with a deeper understanding of the forest monster's torment, devised a plan to release the entity from its cursed existence. They performed a ritual that would allow the lost soul to find peace and move on to the afterlife. The ritual was fraught with danger, as the malevolent force of the harrowed woods fought to protect the forest monster. In a final, dramatic showdown, They battled against the malevolent entity's efforts to stop the ritual from succeeding. As the ritual reached its climax, a blinding burst of light engulfed the forest monster. Its form shifted from one of torment to one of serenity, and it released an ethereal cry of release. The forest monster, now at peace, ascended into the afterlife, leaving the harrowed woods forever. With the forest monster's release, the curse that had plagued the harrowed woods began to lift. The woods themselves transformed, their malevolent presence giving way to a sense of tranquility and serenity. The tales of the forest monster were no longer spoken in hushed whispers, and Blackwood could finally lay its haunted history to rest. Dr. Emily Turner left Blackwood with a profound sense of accomplishment. Her mission to communicate with the forest monster had not only uncovered the entity's tragic history, but had also released it from its curse. She had proven that even in the face of the supernatural, understanding and compassion could bring peace to the tormented. The harrowed woods would forever be remembered as a place of dark history and untold mysteries. The curse that had hung over Blackwood for generations had been lifted, leaving behind a newfound sense of tranquility and closure. The harrowed woods had been freed from the curse of the forest monster, and Blackwood had entered a new era of tranquility. The once feared forest had become a place of curiosity and exploration, with visitors drawn by its mysterious history and newfound sense of calm. Yet, despite the peaceful facade, a shadow still loomed within the harrowed woods. Some believed that the malevolent entity, having been released from its torment, had left behind remnants of its presence. Unexplained occurrences continued to haunt the forest, causing unease among the townsfolk. Lucy Harrison, the renowned paranormal investigator, had heard rumors of the harrowed woods transformation. She decided to return to Blackwood to investigate the lingering shadows that continued to plague the once cursed forest. Lucy was no stranger to confronting malevolent entities, but she sensed that the harrowed woods held secrets she had yet to uncover. Armed with her equipment and a resolve that had been forged through countless encounters with the supernatural, she ventured once more into the heart of the forest. As Lucy delved into the harrowed woods, she could sense the lingering presence of the malevolent entity. The forest's transformation was evident, but the shadows that clung to its depths refused to let go. Eerie whispers, inexplicable phenomena, and chilling apparitions still haunted the forest. Lucy's equipment captured evidence of a residual malevolence, and she knew that something needed to be done to put the forest's ghosts to rest once and for all. Lucy's encounters with the malevolent residue were unsettling. The forest seemed to hold onto the entity's darkness, manifesting echoes of its presence. The shadows of the harrowed woods took on a life of their own, twisting and contorting in ways that defied explanation. It became clear that the malevolent entity, having been released from its torment, had left behind a malevolent residue that continued to torment those who ventured into the forest. The harrowed woods had yet to relinquish its hold on the supernatural. In a final, climactic showdown, Lucy confronted the malevolent residue within the heart of the harrowed woods. The shadows seemed to come alive, taking on nightmarish forms as they attempted to intimidate her. Lucy and her team faced the malevolent residue with determination and unwavering courage. They understood that the forest's transformation was incomplete, and that the shadows needed to be banished once and for all. Lucy and her team performed a cleansing ritual that aimed to remove the lingering shadows and malevolent residue from the harrowed woods. The ritual drew upon the power of light and purification to drive away the darkness that clung to the forest. As they recited the ancient words and wielded their equipment, a brilliant burst of light enveloped the forest. The shadows within the harrowed woods were pushed back, disappearing into the supernatural realm from which they had originated. With the malevolent residue banished, the harrowed woods was finally free from the lingering shadows that had haunted it for centuries. The forest transformed once more, becoming a place of true peace and tranquility. The curse that had plagued Blackwood was lifted, and the tales of the forest monster were now replaced with stories of a once cursed forest that had found redemption. The townsfolk no longer feared the woods, and visitors could explore its depths without trepidation. Lucy Harrison, having confronted the malevolent entity and the lingering shadows within the harrowed woods, left Blackwood behind, forever marked by her experience. She understood that the supernatural world held endless mysteries, and her dedication to uncovering the truth and confronting the unknown remained unyielding. As she continued her career as a paranormal investigator, Lucy knew that malevolent forces and lingering shadows could be found in the most unexpected of places. She remained vigilant, ready to confront the darkness with unwavering courage and determination.